So here's the Sig Sauer P320 XCarry. This is the middle size. So you have the X full size and the XCompact. So this is the 3.9-inch barrel. I think the full size is a 4.7, I want to say, and the compact is a 3.4. So it's unloaded. So for the XCarry, you have three color options. You have full black, FDE in black, which this one is, and then there's stainless in black. So you get the X grip and the flat trigger comes installed. Double check, it is unloaded. I'll show you the trigger pull. And the reset. It's very, very nice, solid, and audible reset. That I really like the triggers on these 320s. So with the XCarry, you get the regular night vision sight with the slide plate, so it's cut for an optic. And the downside to this is you lose your rear sight when you remove this plate, so there's no co-witnessing through a rear sight unless your optic has a built-in rear sight. And for the front sight, we have the X-Ray 3 sight, which is standard on, like P365 has the X-Ray 3 sight versus my M17 has the night vision sight. The XCarry has a lightning cut right here that the XCompact doesn't have, and I don't believe the full size has either. It comes with standard with two 17-round magazines, and your 21-round magazines will fit perfect. The spring for your recoil spring is fairly light. It's not a bad pull at all. You have your ambidextrous slide stop, which is very standard for a 320. It's very much a standard 320. This is very dirty. I haven't cleaned it in a couple range days. So simple takedown just like any other 320. As far as shootability is concerned, I really like this. I really like this handgun. I believe it shoots, in my opinion, it shoots better than my M17, even with the shorter barrel, and it is considerably lighter. Here's my M17 for reference. It is unloaded. So we have the slide length difference right there. And as you can see, the front sights, which I prefer the X-ray sight on the XCarry. The rear sights are the same. So for the grip, for the X series versus the standard grip, you have the 320 standard grip and the X grip. The higher, your thumb sits a lot higher in the X grip than this one. And this one is, I go back and forth on which is more comfortable. Some days I like to hold this one, some days I like to hold this one. But in my opinion, or my experience more, I shoot better with this one consistently than this gun. Even though it has the shorter barrel and it's considerably lighter, the recoil is about the same, and the accuracy on this one I think is a little better. So for a carry gun, which this is my everyday carry, I prefer to carry it with the XCompact grip module, which I will show you how to swap this right now. So these 320s come apart real easy, and they're modular. So just push up on the trigger. So there's your whole FCU, and here's your whole grip module. Now right here I have the XCompact grip module. So you can buy the XCompact firearm that would come with this grip module and have the shorter slide, shorter barrel, same internals as all 320s. So here's the grip difference. You can see the width from right there to right there. And then the biggest difference for carrying is this length and then this point. They shaved off the point on the XCompact. And also it's a little, about probably 3/8 of an inch shorter, a little bit more than that. So I do prefer to carry it with this grip, which this is, in my opinion, the best carry gun setup I've found for myself. Push this back in. On these, you got to make sure the spring right here is perfectly centered, or it won't go on. There it went. So that is the XCompact grip on the XCarry slide, which is what I prefer for a carry gun. So it's a little shorter up here, and it's a lot shorter back here. The downside to the XCompact grip is you need to run the 15-round magazine for a flush fit. But if you're at the range or wanting a spare magazine, whatever, your 17s will still fit while sticking out. And the same thing with your 21s will still fit sticking out. So as far as a carry gun, I think this is perfect for a compact handgun. Full size frame. If you choose to use this one, I choose to use this one. It's not too heavy. It weighs about 26 ounces. It's very, very nice to shoot this handgun. It's probably the smoothest running handgun I own, and I own other 320s. This one is just smoother than the rest for some reason. And I'm guessing it's the slide with the lightning cut, because I don't see any other differences really. And the X grip, this is my only X grip firearm. So between the grip and the slide, and I do prefer this sight, I feel like this is my setup. Everyone's different, but this is the best in my opinion. The finish on the FDE, there's some little nicks, holster wear, whatever. It happens. It's an everyday gun, but it is holding up pretty well. For so far, it's held up pretty well. I've got about 1,000 rounds through this, a little more, around 1,100, and I've never had a single misfunction, jam, and nothing. This gun has been flawless and nothing but flawless. I can run it dirty like it is. It'll be clean. Nothing changes. There's no variables. It just works, and it's accurate. And I can conceal it. So in my opinion, this is my #1 carry gun, which I like it way better than my 365. That still gets rotated in once in a while. but I definitely know which one I would rather take every day of the week. Unless I have an excuse to, or not an excuse, but unless I need to have something this small, there's no reason for me to carry this when this is an option. Because as far as any situation goes, I trust this one more. I'm more accurate with it, and I'm more confident with it. And the whole grip thing is your personal preference. So if this was a dedicated range gun, I would use the XCompact full size grip module. The one thing that I have noticed switching between these is the stipling is much more aggressive on the XCompact, which this one is still good. It's still aggressive stipling, like it's nice stipling. But I do notice that once in a while this will get a tiny bit slippery in my hands, where I've definitely noticed the difference on the stipling in these two grips, which this one is 100% more aggressive, but it's not usually an issue. So yeah, this is my perfect carry gun. 15 rounds, 3.9 inch barrel, nice crisp trigger pull, nice reset, great sights, optics available, and it's optics ready. I like the finish, I like the color. Your cuts in the slide are very nice, very easy to grab, and it just works. Sig figured it out with this one. So that's going to conclude this. I would like to do some shooting videos with it in the near future, but it's winter in Minnesota, so going outside is not very fun. But thank you for watching.